counseling through astrology. Many times people ask me about their young wards after they finish their board examinations. Of course, they must have gone through academic counselors also. But some believe that astrologically, if they can get some guidelines as to which is the best suitable career for their children, they seek astrological guidance on that. First and foremost, I tell them that in case a child is exceptionally talented in any particular field, which they have observed or the child has spoken about, we must encourage that. We must not apply our reasoning that what is good for the child, because then the child may go through life, will be successful, but not particularly happy about it. But there are times, in fact most times, children may not know what exactly they want, because they are influenced by the peer pressure, or their parents want something to do, or they see who is more successful in what kind of field they would like to do that, and that is when the confusion begins. So astrologically we try to find out what are the best suitable profession for an individual or a youngster. That strange study which was done by a statistician, a French statistician, head of the department of statistics in Sorbonne University, France. He is not a believer of astrology, of course he is a statistician, but nevertheless he studied the astrological patterns, the movement of planets, and found strange combinations which bring out certain talents, astrological combination which brings out certain talents in an individual. Broadly speaking, he says that like those influenced by Mars make good soldiers, sportsperson, those ruled by Saturn would make good politicians, Jupiterians make good academicians or lawyers, jurists, and so on and so forth. That is done by him, the study, and of course he says, I condemn astrology. My subject should not be considered as a proof of astrological treatise. Well, in astrology, it is believed that people who are ruled by a particular zodiac sign or a particular planet, particularly Mercury, they make good artists, they make good actors. On a lower level, they could be a typist or telephone operator, because Mercury deals with communications. Similarly, if it is a Martian influence, they could be sportsperson or they could be surgeons with one or two other combinations. Of course, if Saturn also plays a role, then they will be certainly into the medical field. And if it's only Mars which is important along with Moon, they could be sports people, particularly in swimming. Similarly, through astrology we can do counseling and we can find out the talent. I had one example where the boy had undergone counseling from various teachers in his college as well as outside, and was very reluctant to follow the advice given, both by his parents and by the counselors. His family came to consult me for themselves. The boy was accompanying. So after the consultation, the parents asked the boy, do you want? He said, no, I don't believe in astrology. Mother said, okay, I will show you a chart, generally how will be your life. So as far as the boy is good, he is good, talented. In fact, he is creative. He should be constructing buildings. He will get into real estate. That raised the interest of the boy. He said, how do you know? I said, well, I was just looking at your chart. He said, that's what I keep telling my family. That if you want, I will get into interior designing or I will get into architecture, because basically I'm going to be in real estate. I'm going to make money in development of buildings. So he found his course of career through astrology. So through astrology we can understand, but let me again tell, it's not that simple, because many people say they want to learn astrology. They come to me, they ask for help, guidance, they ask me that, why don't you take classes on astrology? I as an astrologer cannot do that, because mathematically anyone can learn astrology. There are many institutions which teach astrology, but strangely, few are able to make predictions. In fact, two of my earlier clients, as soon as I started the practice, they were astrologers. They were teachers in astrology. So when I found out, I said, what, you had come to take my test? They said, no. We are very good in teaching astrology, the mathematics, the logarithms, the tables. But to make a prediction, they said, of course, it is intuition. I don't believe in intuition. I believe that some factor where logical application of the subject of astrology can make one a good astrologer in the art of prediction. And in astrology it is clearly mentioned that if there is some kind of a favorable combination between Saturn and Mercury, that person will have the foresight to predict. That is one reason I can't teach astrology, because first I'll have to find out whether they are capable of learning the art of prediction. So similarly, in career counseling, we have to study the chart and find out which is the best course for an individual. Thank you.